Hello and welcome to another installment of our famous quotes series where we are addressing a quote and how to look at that quote through the lens of becoming your own banker, as described in R. Nelson Nash's book, Becoming Your Own Banker. The quote is that your house is your biggest or largest investment. Now, I have many real estate friends and professionals, as you very well may. You may be one, who say this, who promote this idea. We read this idea, and I know that at the time of this recording, there's been a greater than normal influx of sales and purchases, and I don't believe that's just my area of the United States here in North Carolina. I believe it's a very happening industry, to be sure, right now. So let's consider that. Let's consider your home being your largest investment. Now, I know that there are a lot of financial entertainers out there that would tell us that literally in their steps, they would say, pay that mortgage off early, sooner rather than later. And it's in a particular order, but it is a goal. It is a directive. There are others that on the other end of the spectrum, the financial spectrum, that say your house is not an asset. An asset is classified as something that actually puts money into your pocket. So unless you are renting it for cash flow, passive income, but if it's yours and you own it and you're consuming it, it's yours as a consumer, then it's not an asset. And I can see both sides there. There's value in both sides. Does a home, even if you are owning it and inhabiting it, add something to your net worth? Probably so. And if you don't have a mortgage on it, probably even more so. But what determines that? Well, the liquidation of it. You would have to sell that home to realize that gain, and then that gain would be taxed. And so you're beginning to see, like I am, that there are many different facets to look at this idea of your home being your largest investment. Now, with that word in particular, I understand what's being said there, and I'm not giving investment advice. We're having a discussion using a lens, an infinite banking lens, to evaluate this common saying. To realize gains from a home, you'd have to sell it. Perhaps that would be taxed then, of course, the sale of that home. And then where do you live? And if you're in a high-priced environment like we are right now, even if you made more on your home in selling it than you otherwise would have, more than you would necessarily anticipate, because there are highs and lows in the industry as well as any other industry, wouldn't it perhaps also cost you more to either, rent another place or own a new property yourself? So isn't that like a moot point if you earned more, but you ultimately end up paying more? So all food for thought. I'm not saying sell, buy, don't buy. You be your own banker. That's the whole concept and premise behind this channel. But in this discussion, I do believe that all these different perspectives and aspects are worth evaluating. Now, I would also ask a question. Let's question whether your home is perhaps your largest investment. Would you exchange a year of your life for your home? 2 years? 5 years? 10 years? I mean, where do we draw the line? So I hope that nothing is missed on my hypothetical question. What I'm asking about is time, because in a lot of ways it's easy to look simply at the monetary issues, whereas I would argue that time is the greatest asset that we have, and whatever we use our time for is our greatest investment. Now, I know that when somebody says that your house is probably your greatest investment, I know they're not even considering time. And maybe they shouldn't even in that sense. They're a professional in that industry. But here we can ask that question because, again, my time I cannot get necessarily more of, meaning add on to. Well, the Bible says if you're obedient to your father and your mother, you honor them, then your days will be long upon the earth. So food for thought there. But I would also like to point something else out. Let me ask, if it were possible to earn in a month what used to take 3 months to earn, didn't you technically alleviate, open up, free up 2 months worth of your time if you earned in 1 month what it used to take you 3 months to be able to earn? Don't you get that second and that third month to use at your discretion now? I'm just saying, here I'm trying to open-mindedly approach whether a house truly is our greatest investment. And this could be a much longer conversation, I'm already noticing. But let me leave you with time. Time is the most important asset that we have, and where you decide to invest your time, where I decide to invest my time, I believe may very well be our greatest investment. So when we realize that a growth curve of any sort looks like this, and the sooner we initiate that curve, the sooner we get to the greater results, the more efficient phase of that curve, here is where I would interject with the infinite banking concept, becoming your own banker. There's no better time to plant a tree than 20 years ago, right? And then the next best time is today. So if you'd actually like to have a conversation about how you invest your time or how to practice the infinite banking concept in your household, in your business, in your investing, you can call 828-817-4223 or you can email durhamtalents@gmail.com. This has been a great pleasure for me. I look forward to our next conversation. Have a great day.